Hello and welcome to Recharge Wrestling. We're here to plug you into the world of professional wrestling. I'm Fisher and I'm here today for a Backlash 2023 predictions video, WWE pay-per-view coming up this Saturday. Follow us on at Recharge Wrestle if you want to predict predict the matches and give your predictions for the show. We do have our league. If you're not in it, it's not too late to join, so keep an eye on our Twitter there. That's at Recharge Wrestle. Please subscribe if you haven't already to the channel as well. That will really help us, and like the videos as well. Really does help. So that's that done out of the way. Let's get to the show. I'll give sort of my brief thoughts on the matches and then predict the outcomes as well. So there's 7 matches on the card, which is about right, I think, for this kind of show. Normally Triple H pay-per-views have 6 or 7, apart from obviously the big shows like WrestleMania, which had those on each night, of course. And yeah, there's a bit of a mixed card. Some matches I'm really looking forward to. Some I think are a bit filler, to be honest. But let's get into it. So the first match is the United States title match. So title on the line there. Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed versus the champion Austin Theory. Obviously for the title. Strange one this. Not too much build. Literally, Theory and Lashley had a match. Bronson Reed caused the DQ in it, and we haven't really seen a lot of promos or anything between them either. So it's a bit of a random match. Obviously, Austin Theory has now transferred over to SmackDown, as has Bobby Lashley. And with Gunther going over to Raw, you'd assume that the US title is going to stay on SmackDown. Bronson Reed is obviously staying on Raw. So I don't think there's a chance Bronson Reed wins this match. So it really narrows it down to the other two, and I think Reed might be there to take the pin, to be honest. And my prediction is that Austin Theory will pin Bronson Reed and retain the championship. I don't think he needs to lose it right now. I think Lashley would be better off going after Reigns. I think that's a feud to do on SmackDown that hasn't been done yet. It'll be something fresh. And Austin Theory can go and defend against some fresh people over on SmackDown. Maybe the likes of Cameron Grimes. LA Knight would be a cool feud for him. And some other people that he maybe hasn't faced yet. So yeah, I'm going for Theory to win there. The second match is the Raw Women's Championship match, which is being contested between 2 SmackDown women. In Bianca Belair and Io Sky, both transferred over. I think they're just going to rename the titles or something, potentially. These two have faced before, obviously. They feuded quite a while back during the Belair-Bayley feud, really. But Io getting a chance to shine in a singles pay-per-view match, I think is great because she's so good. But do I think there's a chance she takes the title here? No. Belair has been champion for a long time, and I don't see her on a throwaway sort of match pay-per-view like this that hasn't had too much build. I don't see Belair losing the title. Belair's definitely going to win, I think. But I'm expecting a really good match, and that's the excitement here. Really, is the in-ring quality. A match with a very strange match to put on this card: Seth Rollins and Omos. It's strange because there's been literally no build to this whatsoever. It was announced on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago, and they haven't really built up since that. They've kind of stayed away from each other. I thought maybe you'd do something on this week's Raw, but no. Omos had a squash match. Rollins didn't have any interaction at all with Omos. He had that match with Solo Sikoa. So very strange, this one. And this could go either way. Obviously, Omos is a huge guy. Does he lose again after losing at Mania to Brock? But do you want Seth Rollins to lose if he's going to be potentially your first World Heavyweight Champion, or at least in the match to crown the World Heavyweight Champion? I'm going to say that Rollins wins this match. I just don't see why you'd have Omos win. Either Seth, I could be wrong on this, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Rollins wins and then he goes on to Night of Champions and will be in that match. I don't think Omos will be. Omos as well as a free agent, so he can kind of get booked on either show, so you might see him pop up on SmackDown and Raw, doing different things. So I think it makes sense for Seth to win because I think he's got more direction at the moment, and I want Seth to win because I don't think Omos should be beating Seth Rollins when he's second probably biggest babyface in the company behind Cody right now. So yeah, Seth wins. And I do think Seth will manage to drag a good match out of Omos. Omos has had a couple of decent ones, but largely forgettable. But I think this one will be good because Rollins will make it good. Match number 4 is the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega obviously has been drafted to SmackDown. Rhea's been drafted to Raw. Belair also on SmackDown. I can't see any hope in Zelina Vega winning this match. Rhea's only just won the title as well, so it's her first defence. There's absolutely no chance that Zelina Vega wins this championship. The reason this match is happening, of course, is because Zelina Vega is Puerto Rican. The show is in Puerto Rico. It's a great moment for her. I'm glad she's getting sort of a bit of shine. I think she's really underrated. I think she'll have a good match with Rhea, some good counters. The styles will mesh quite well, but Rhea definitely wins. Rhea 100% wins the match. Again, just hoping for a good in-ring quality match, really. Match number 5, Bad Bunny, of course, the non-wrestler celebrity, was meant to host the show versus Damian Priest. This is Damian Priest's WrestleMania, really. He was, we spoke a lot on the podcast about how he didn't get much shine in the build-up to Mania. It was all, Balor had his match of Edge. Rhea obviously was in the women's title, and Ray and Dom. And Priest didn't have his match, but here he's getting his big match and his big moment. In a match with like the number 1 recording artist on Spotify or whatever Bad Bunny is. Very, very big star in Puerto Rico, the Puerto Rican guy. And this is a massive match for the crowd. The crowd will be so into this. I think it'd be good. Bad Bunny's impressed in the ring when he has appeared in the WWE ring, but this is a test for him because he's in a one-on-one street fight. However, I say one-on-one, I don't see this match staying a one-on-one match in terms of the involvement. Because it's a street fight, people are going to get involved. I think all of the Judgment Day will be involved in this match, as will the LWO, Rey Mysterio and co, Santos Escobar, and I think they're going to help Bad Bunny win. The Judgment Day have had a lot of the heat in the build. They keep getting one over the LWO, and I think LWO are going to get a big moment back here. Albeit not them really winning, it's Bad Bunny, but they're going to help Bad Bunny win. Otherwise, I don't see the point in having Bad Bunny wrestle if you're not going to have him win. And that gets the big... You're going to have Zelina lose, but you're going to have your big star win, of course. Although Damian Priest is technically from there too, but I think obviously Bad Bunny is who the crowd are going to be behind. Match number 6, Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus The Bloodline. Ready for this feud to end now. Obviously, it was so hot going into WrestleMania and was brilliant, but I feel recently it's lost its way a little bit. This really could go either way. There's 2 directions you can go in terms of the story, and as usual, that's the good thing about these Bloodline matches. You could have Solo get the win for the Bloodline to reinforce, because he doesn't lose often, does he? And that could reinforce the fact that Roman trusts him, and the Usos could be about to lose, and then he turns it around, wins the match, pins maybe Riddle, and that sort of drags the story on further, but the cracks still appear between the Usos and Roman because he's choosing Solo over him because he got them the win. Or you have one of the Usos take the pin, they lose to the babyfaces, and then that adds even more to it, and it drags it out a little bit longer, but then obviously the cracks are going to be showing even more because the Usos lost. The match will be very, very good in the ring. Like I say, this should be the end of the feud now. They're on separate brands. I know, obviously, the tag titles, I'm not sure what's happening there, whether they can go on both shows. But hopefully that's the end of this feud. They both need to move on to other things. And I'm going to go for the babyfaces to get the final say and to stir the pot even further with Roman. I think Roman will be back after this to build to the Night of Champions show in Saudi Arabia. So... yeah, I think he's going to be really pissed with the Usos when he comes back. And eventually it's going to lead to, obviously, Roman probably losing the title and the Bloodline falling apart eventually, but not quite yet. But yeah, babyfaces to win. And then the main event, I think, of the show is Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. This is the hardest one to predict, I think, because, again, there's 2 stories you can do here. Do you do the story of Cody overcoming Brock and then sort of declaring for the World Heavyweight Championship because he's on Raw? Or, do you have him lose And it is Brock Lesnar, who hardly ever loses as well. Do you have Brock Lesnar win? Add more adversity to Cody's story. Is he ever going to get back to the top? And then maybe he wins Money in the Bank or something like that to get to the top of the thing. You could go either way, and I've been torn. I wasn't sure, and even until now, really, which way I'm going to go. But I am going to go for Cody to win. But I'm really not confident on this one. This match will be really good. It's first time ever. There's not many fresh matches for Brock. So for him to have a fresh match with Cody is really cool. You know, it is genuinely a big match. I didn't expect Brock to necessarily be working Backlash shows. You know, he normally does the big pay-per-views, but I guess it's an international show, so maybe that's why, and he's probably getting paid a fair bit to do it. And yeah, I think he should put Cody over, really. Unless I can, or the other option, of course, is that this is a multi-match thing, and they do another match in Saudi Arabia and maybe another match on Money in the Bank or wherever, and, you know, they have 3 matches, because Cody's had a few of those. Obviously the ones with Rollins and stuff, where the matches, you know, the stories have gone on for a while, and then that delays Cody winning the title, which could happen. God knows when Roman's going to lose, if he goes for that one anyway. So yeah, I'm going Cody, but yeah, I'm not sure at all. But the build's not been very good. It's just been the same thing, really, the security stopping them touching. But I'm glad they haven't had too much physical interaction either, because otherwise making one of them look weak and one of them look strong in the build-up, which makes it more predictable. So this is quite unpredictable because of that. And I think this match will be really good. But yeah, so Cody wins. So that's my prediction. So Cody, Riddle, Owens, Zayn, Bad Bunny, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, Bianca Belair, and Austin Theory. That's to be clear. So yeah, like I say, follow us on Twitter at Recharge Wrestle. Keep an eye on us there. Look out for the other guys potentially doing their videos as well. Hopefully coming up, or at least one. You know, might get one with both of them on it. You know, 2. I don't know what we're doing, but if we get time, we should have 3 videos hopefully on the channel. And I'll see you guys soon, and hopefully we'll have a review of some sort for the show as well. See you soon. Bye bye.